What is up, crypto community? Welcome back to another video. A lot of exciting news that I want to share today, talking about the Great Depression and the current state of the financial markets, a big Ripple lawsuit update, and a lot of just daily news. So a lot of Bitcoin has been sold through this Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, and this came out from Whale Chart. Genesis Holdings is seeking approval to offload 1.6 billion worth of its Bitcoin and Ether trust holdings. The majority, approximately 1.4 billion of Genesis assets, were originally invested into Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBDC, which has now transitioned into a spot exchange traded fund. Not only do we have this, but FTX has a lot of liquidity that they have the ability to dump on the market, as well as the US government, the number one largest holder of Bitcoins. And this sell pressure just builds into my next hypothesis, talking about why I think this market is due for a very big correction. Guys, if you need a spot to get XRP or Flare, check out Uphold. It's sleek, it's simple, it's secure. It's where I get my XRP daily. And if you want $41 for free, sign up with Webull, deposit a penny, and you get $41 in free stocks. Sell your stocks, close your account, get some more XRP with that 40 bucks. Check out Webull and Uphold in the video description below. So this is from a good YouTuber named BC Backer. And no one's ever right with these hypotheses, but he mentions the Fibonacci retracement levels, which I used to be a math teacher, and so I kind of geek out a little bit over Fibonacci numbers, the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is the mathematical foundation for the spirals on a pineapple, the spirals on a pine cone. The reason that four-leaf clovers are so rare and considered lucky is because flowers do not have a Fibonacci number of petals. Flowers typically don't have 4 petals. That's why. So enough with that. But the Fibonacci numbers are a phenomena in the universe that we see repeated through nature and even down to trading. No one really knows exactly why they work, but they do. So he says, a historic time in the markets, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is closing within 1% of the height of the Roaring 20s that ultimately led to the Great Depression, along with the confluence of the 4.236 Fibonacci Extension from the Great Financial Crisis residing precisely there. So if you guys don't know what a Fibonacci Extension is, it's this graphic you can see on the screen. The way that this works is you can look at a previous time in history and take an impulse on a chart. So on this one, I believe he's taking the impulse from the early 2000s, the dot-coms, and you can take a rise in a price and then a correction. In using that impulse in correction, you can see in the future where certain levels of resistance could be for an asset. And you can see here that the price tends to, once it gets to a new color, it's a little bit small for you guys. Once it gets to a new color, it has some resistance. Okay. So these Fibonacci extensions can be a valuable tool and a good comparison here. At the exact same time of this, the NASDAQ is within 1% of the 4.236 Fib extension from the dot-com bubble. What makes this fascinating is that these are two separate starting points for the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. 2007 for the Dow, 2000 for the NASDAQ. This is what some consider confluence. The next couple of weeks seem to be a storyteller. Pray to the Most High, no surprises arrive. Keep an eye out for a magical unicorn fairy dust to suddenly appear. And then he quote tweets President Biden here. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about the conflict going on in the Middle East and now with Iran. And he says, going to post interesting potential catalysts that happen in here over the next few weeks here in the comments that everyone will blame as causation. And then he links this tweet from 7 hours ago. China places new trading restrictions on domestic and foreign investors. As the big index in the Chinese stock market, it's a 30% loss year to date. In the video yesterday, I shared a headline that Saudi Arabia is joining the BRICS nations, and that just fuels this narrative of de-dollarization and the U.S. economy just on the brinks of collapse. Absolutely crazy growing interest on our national debt, and they can only print money for so long until something happens to change. What will change? I don't know. But something has to. And this is a great tweet all the way back from 2020. This beautiful gentleman, this is Stuart Alderati, the head general counsel for Ripple Labs. And SEC, the same institution that sued Ripple, has a node operating on the XRP ledger.
XRP sits.
Pardon me, let me change my sound output for you. Hope you guys are having a good day. Thank you for all the likes on the video. Lets me know you're enjoying the content, and it's the best way to support the channel. Take a listen.
I said on an open, permissionless ledger. How do I know that it's open and permissionless? Because the chief technology officer at Ripple tells me it is. He explains it to me, but I also have hard evidence. The SEC announced about a month or two ago that they're going to establish a node on the XRP ledger and other open and permissionless ledgers. The SEC didn't call Ripple to ask permission to do that.
So you have the SEC, you have large conglomerates like Google running nodes on the XRP ledger. And I should have Google searched this before, but the amount of reputable companies that believe in what the XRP ledger is doing shows with them running nodes on the XRP ledger. Good tweet here from Chad. The US dollar is done as the world's reserve currency, said Bove to the New York Times. Bove is an analyst who recently retired from Wall Street after serving clients for 54 years in the finance industry. So don't listen to what I'm saying about de-dollarization. Listen to the guy that spent 54 years on Wall Street. An update on this lawsuit. Judge Netburn has granted the SEC's motion to compel in its entirety. Jeremy Hogan says, I don't really comment on this motion because, well, it's a little bit boring. Essentially, all this motion is about is that the SEC has now won its request to force Ripple to release their 2022-2023 financial statements, post-litigation contracts governing institutional sale of XRP, and answer questions about the amount of XRP institutional sales it's received. I have this good video here from C. Demanicore on Twitter. He says, if you think this happens by accident, show me you have more credibility than the FBI and the White House. Right. So this is a plan that will take years to play out, and those who are patient will benefit the most, plain and simple. If you aren't happy with your current return on initial investment, sell and get out of your positions. Also simple. If you can see through the distractions and you actually understand what they are building, pat yourself on the back. You are less than 1% of the population that actually gets it.
Let me show you this event that's coming up next week. That must just be all by accident, right? Big fat nothing burger, not by design by the elite organizations that run this world, ain't wrong. Pay attention to detail, people. FinTech Retreat, February 5th through the 6th. You don't get invited or attend these events for absolutely no reason, okay? You scroll down here, you hit attendees, and what do we see? Major organizations, major government agencies. We got the White House, we got the FBI, we got the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia, the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, and oh, would you look at that? The Japanese Minister of Finance, right? Must be random. Then we also have Visa, and then right down here we got Ripple. You have no other distributed ledger technology companies or blockchain-based solutions here on this. You see? Just Ripple. Must be an accident that their name is there, right? No. Check this out. Back to Japan Ministry of Finance. Y'all remember back in 2021 when the freaking securities regulator in Japan said that XRP wasn't a security? Must have been a coincidence. No, because what did we determine here in the United States? Same thing, right? What else did we see last year? September 2023. Japanese financial giant to use Ripple and XRP for international remittances. And who's going to be there? Japanese Ministry of Finance, Visa, Ripple. Visa, Ripple, what did they just do? They sat at the Davos event. You all see? Just recently, Blockchain Davos 2024, talking about, there's Ripple right there. There's Visa right there talking about the next phase of cross-border payments. Okay? This is not by accident. If you can't see that this is all a design implementation over a prolonged period of time, I don't know what else to show you, people. This is not an accident. These people don't go to events with these people and these people for no reason. If you think that it's for no reason because your digital asset XRP and your personal portfolio.
So I like the point, and I make this a lot. You only see one distributed ledger technology company at this conference, but I can make a whole video on all the different conferences and organizations Ripple's been a part of. And that, to me, I know the price has been abysmal for the past few years. That, to me, though, sets them apart from other companies in the long run. I say this a lot, that a lot of these blockchain companies will be gone in the future. Just look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies from 2014 to 2017 to 2021. And very rarely does a cryptocurrency survive a whole cycle. Bitcoin obviously does. Ethereum has proven to have longevity. And now we're seeing a lot of these big projects that came in the past bull run that have essentially gone down 99%. And it's very hard to recover from that phase. But I don't think Ripple's going anywhere anytime soon. And a question for you guys. So Donald Trump came out and he called CBDCs this, and he deems AI a tremendous security problem. So I have a question I want to put back to the community. What do you guys think about these CBDCs? I understand the control and the danger, quote unquote, behind them, but I do think it's just inevitable. It's just a matter of time. And in terms of AI, I'm a big fan of AI. I think it's a big productivity hack, but I do think there are big dangers to that. Let me know your thoughts on CBDCs and AI in the comment section below. Have a great day, guys. God bless you all. Until next time.